Today, oh man, today is going to be a little treat. If you're a composer, producer, or sound designer who lives for cinematic vibes, hybrid textures, and that deep trailer style sound design, well then buckle up because we're climbing into Ascent by Viral Audio. Now, let's set the stage here. Ascent is a brand new sample library built for Kontakt 6. And it doesn't just dip its toes into modern trailer tools, it just dives straight into the abyss and comes back with 70 amazing instruments and 120 stunning sound effects. That's no fluff, it's just a full sonic arsenal to create hybrid trailer music and so much more besides. So if we think shimmering pads, gritty pulses, mind-warping transitions, earth-shaking impacts, basically everything you'd want if you're scoring a trailer for a sci-fi epic, designing your next ambient album, or cooking up a sound that sort of like needs to hit hard and still feel cinematic. And the sound quality, well, we're talking polished, punchy, with just the right amount of weird mixed in. So stick with me, we're going to unpack the textures, tour the instrument engine, explore the interface, and of course run Ascent through its paces in a real-world ambient electronica workflow. And hey, if you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click that notification bell so you don't miss any future library reviews, deep synth dives, and ambient production tips. Okay then, let's fire Ascent up. Okay, so we'll play through some of these sounds, and the first one up is a bass sound called a live sub bass. Now what you can do with the interface, which we'll go into a bit later, is assign where the mod wheel goes, so you can change the volume, low pass, high pass. So I put it to the low pass filter. So you can get more expression there. Next one up, chainsaw bass. So they have all a similar character, but they do have a different texture. But these are just starting points, and I'll show you what you can actually do with this sort of bit further on. Now some Brahms, I do like these. Nice and filthy. So you can play that like a bass sound, which is quite handy. So like a pseudo kick drum in there. So you got a bit of mono glide on that one, which is nice. Get some nice effects by using the glide to that full effect there. Just speed through the rest of these, because once you've heard of one Brahm, you may think you've heard them all, but there are, again, slightly different texture and stylistics to each one of these. Now some downers. So these are in sort of like menu form. We got an octave worth of downers. Some lead sounds. Now for some pads. Probably better played as a single note rather than a full pad, and more like a backdrop underscore. And you can play them like a sort of like distant lead sound as well, like we did there. Although this says it's a pad, experiment. You've got a lovely lead here. I'll do a few more of these pads. I don't want to go through all of them. I don't want to ruin this sort of surprise you're going to get with playing some of these. Do one more. Let's do a couple of plucks. Some lovely pulses here. Has that cinematic rhythm straight out of the box. Now, as I said to you before, you kind of sign this mod wheel. So if I change that to the low pass, and we can play around with our bass pulse now. You can stick it to high pass if you want. So I'm into open low pass. We have some risers. So they're all about like a bar to half a bar long, each one of these. So they'll fit quite a number of sort of situations. The usual lovely trailer hits there, some whooshes. So that's the basic sounds. What we're going to do now is have a quick look at the interface. So what we have here is, I've just loaded up the bass sound. You can change it from a mono glide to polyphonic. Just go back to, no, I'll leave it on polyphonic for now. In the right hand corner you can assign where the mod wheel goes, so you can change it to the volume, low pass, high pass, as we sort of like experimented with as we went through the library and played some of the sounds. This obviously controls the high pass filter. The low pass filter, I'm not going to insult the intelligence with what happens there. As you can see from here, we've got the sample loaded in front of us, and we can change the start time. You can change the attack, which we will do. Leave the decay where it is. I'm going to just turn that down a bit. Turn the sustain off a bit. Turn the release up. Now you can change the dynamics, so you can make it softer or louder. So to the right, go softer, to the left, it's louder. Just send that back to about halfway. You can change the stereo width with this lovely knob. Mono, full stereo. I'm going to go back to 50-50-ish. There we go. So that's the basic controls at the front here. But as you can hear, we're already getting to a nice, lovely bass pad. And I've not really tweaked anything much apart from the attack time here. And we're going to the effects. You can play with the equalizer. So if I want to boost the top end a little bit, add some reverb. I don't want to go too mad, so I'll do a church reverb. Just pre-delay on a bit. Take the high pass off. That's nice. And I'll turn it down a touch, because what I want to do, I want to put an exciter on, turn the saturation down, turn the output off. Turn the output up a bit more. There we go. Then we've got a nice gritty sort of like bass pad. And all that has come from the original sound of. So there's enough here for you to design some interesting sounds. What I'm going to just do is, if I just go back to poly mode, because I don't want glide flying around on this, because you can put some delay on. Got ping pong. And then you've got your compressor here, which I'm not going to go through because it acts like any other compressor would. So those are the basic controls for this library. Very simple, very clear, very well laid out, and there's just enough there to pique your interest into sort of, like I say, crafting something that sounds a bit more original than the stock sounds coming straight out the library. So this track you're about to hear is sort of a mixture between ambient, a bit of electronica, with some sort of trailer elements in there, just to give you a feel of what this library sounds like when it's all put together. This thing delivers. It's sleek, it's cinematic, and well, it's genuinely inspiring. Whether you're a composer working on a tension-heavy cue, a sound designer looking to twist reality, or just a producer hunting for a new layer of depth in your ambient or electronica productions, Ascent has something to offer. For their first outing, Viral Audio has really hit the ground running with this one. The user interface is very streamlined, easy to navigate, which means you can focus on creating, not menu diving, which is always a really good thing. The presets are punchy right out of the box, but there's just enough flexibility for deep customization without getting lost in complexity. And the sounds, let's talk about the sounds. They have that modern cinematic sheen that's hard to come by unless you're stacking 5 plugins and praying it bounces right. With Ascent, it's like boom, unpatch, instant vibe, you're there. So is it worth it? I would say absolutely for the price point that we're looking at here. If you're into hybrid scoring, ambient textures, or just want something a little bit different that makes your sessions feel fresh again, then Ascent is what you need. I'll drop the link in the description so you can check it out for yourself, and hey, if you like this walkthrough, learn something new or just enjoy the vibe, please do give the video a thumbs up. Drop a comment below and let me know how you would use Ascent in your next track, and I would like to thank Viral Audio for sending Ascent across for a review. It is really very much appreciated. And of course, if you haven't done already, do make sure you subscribe for more ambient music tools, library reviews and creative deep dives. This is just the beginning, and I've got some seriously exciting stuff coming up. So stay creative, stay sonic, catch you in the next one.